Americans, this is a good example. I was trying to tell you about Mark Levin and Fox News. Their collusion with some Jewish themed and some Catholic themed proven child abusers, leaders, and kids years apart. Next to Fox Connecticut News, not Fox 61 Hartford, and there are more than now involved. I had a algebra class teacher named Mrs. Riley. I never had a personal conversation with her. I didn't respond when she repeated sexual things, and that made a Jewish themed about a girl who reportedly used to live diagonally across from me. I never met her, like behind me. And increasingly, that was brought up as roles, like planting evidence on all sides of my house with people that were in that class who also had collusions with social media with a principal upskirt nature. When they were brought up, they were on Facebook and YouTube trying to, cover what I caught them doing before Facebook was even Facebook. Facebook has collusions with former director of the F.B.I, Robert Luskin, and many people with databases at Central Connecticut State University in New Britain, Connecticut, who have had collusion/S on my street in Wethersfield, Connecticut, with a bunch of people from other areas with the same house/S, further involved with the principal upskirt nature, and some interreligious nutbags pretending passions and emotions. Get me off the fake conversations with CBS, fake ties to strangers. They're putting little kids in fake ties to people. They're putting kids and adults to fake conversations with their family members. And they're changing what other people say while they just fake conversations, steal people's identities. Increasingly, years apart, people sought me out, totally different people, to make confessions about their roles as strangers too, to make pretend other with when trying to make a fake exception of knowing me. To confess their roles with selling drugs through UPS. One of them reportedly went to jail for it as one of the boyfriends of a female named Bobby. But they have males with that name too. And they also have that's on Covington Street and with people at Central Connecticut State University, which are also involved with one of her boyfriends was from MIT. And one of them was the leasing agent's son. And him is still involved too with Covington Street before and after the World Trade Center attack. Intelligence families and departments at Central Connecticut State University in New Britain, Connecticut, they have and have had collusion/S with people from Wethersfield, interbranch offices with a whole bunch of other countries, and roles with the Saudi attackers in our side, but also for another side. They're using all sides remotely, like relative to how they use pretending things about passions and emotions regarding religion, and they have their delusions that at the same time that are relative. But they also have cribbly foreign influence takes on American history. And they're the only ones to be allowed heard. Otherwise, that body is sentenced. Most people know that and try to communicate about it, not knowing about James Madison's plan. So they fail. If we know about James Madison's plan, then they ignore us and they do more predicate acts, collusion/S. So Fox News, I've asked them many times, the Wethersfield police and the courts and interbranch family members with a whole bunch of other countries with those same families, overt criminal enterprises, private ones, terrorists. Wethersfield police attached me to fake conversations with them as a kid and as an adult and at the Wethersfield police station. They have a bunch of people in the Britain Superior Court involved with that. Harper Courts, their families' intimate ties. People involved with the deposition of former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, his co-defendants, their lawyer, involved next to Fox Connecticut and Fox 61 News with some domain. Like there's a domain who was in that class sat right near the teacher who made the confessions. I never saw him in my area. But a Rick Faglione taught me out to make record, confess, demonstrate, confirm things about him. He yelled out one time, She wasn't there. He yelled out he was going to make love. He didn't even say make love. He would fuck her in a tent. Allison Mulcahy, who's one of the girls who lives on, who reportedly used to live on, or I don't know where she lived. I don't know if I ever met her. Two Rod Highway, where it runs into Hangdog Lane. They have judges and prosecutors involved with the houses there, and people involved with like different kinds of drugs and wire crimes of the Wethersfield police. Who also reported, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed they have people involved with the area, also involved with the Board of Education. Apparently, DACA, I don't knowingly or not, maybe they're making it, they're implying that DACA, they're demonstrating DACA has roles with foreign and domestic in ways like where they're sick here and there, where they speak about subjects like crimes, while they're still criminally foreign influence, tactical delusions, raw predicate acts with facts, method /S, collusion /S, and pretending other to screen the breaching method and its uses of that, like them pretending other to screen itself. Nature itself shows us a human fact cheating nature breaching method is one of those things. All the parts of good and bad in American history are all about it at the same time. And there's the hyper good about American history, but you guys aren't allowing James Madison and the Fuller founders to be communicated for the way they asked us to be communicated for. They declassified why and how not to refer to our plural founders, pretending we know the names of any of them besides James Madison. See, while they pretend about the documents and go with the syntax, they're replacing what our founders communicated about why and how. They had to counter-extort everybody. Why and how they had to force both the North and the South to fight against slavery, but neither side had the right to speak any subject properly. So they had to force them to fight and then lose and unfold that way. That was James Madison's plan. That wasn't some kind of superior morality in the North. You guys are sick because you're the people. No one follows mandated law, and their styles pretending using every truth or lie, and just overt lies, putting truths to hide lies between them, forcing a quality of fact, cheaping nature worse than just criminally foreign influenced, and to frame that. They have collusions with readings of the Old Testament and of the Quran out of sequence, criminally foreign influence, tactical delusions, raw. They have functions by that, where they put people in fake transcripts into branch and news at the same time. So that's evidence. There's hyper evidence, and we're going to have to refer to it that way because it's going to show they've been putting fake evidence. That's one of the needs. Nature itself shows us we're going to have to discern the difference between fake evidence or criminally foreign influenced evidences and that which is hyper evidential. For example, black people. Please get Fox News. Do what's right. Get me off the fake conversations with WFSB, and your sources and the intelligence next to you are increasingly involved with databases with all kinds of organized crimes juxtaposed. And interbranch forging and switching names and refusing to identify themselves legitimately and switching sequences. They have collusion with all sides of cases interstates with the same house /S, further with the principal child abuser involved with them and with their kids involved too. No, because way worse. So get them on paper, following the name day law. Get me out of fake conversations with them too, into branch.